What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Leave It Talks. My name is Rob, and today we are talking about Adesanya and Whittaker II. So, Israel Adesanya and Robert Whittaker II. It's going to be a really interesting fight. So this is coming up UFC 271 at the start of February 12th. If I get that correctly. And yeah, it's going to be a really interesting fight because they both fought really good opponents since they last fought each other, and they've all won consecutively, both fighters, apart from Adesanya's slight move to light heavyweight, but we won't take that into equation if we just look at solely middleweight fights, right? So if we look at solely middleweight fights, Robert Whittaker's had Darren Till, he's had Cannonier, and he's had Galasium, I can't say his name. So he's had three good fights. I think he had one fight cancelled or moved due to injury. And he's shown that he's still championship material. He's very composed. He's a very good fighter. Like, he's definitely one to be worried about. And I think Adesanya is worried about it. Now, Adesanya, on the other hand, he's fought what, three people, I think, since they last fought. And he fights the same style, right? He fights on the outside, very good striker, kickboxing, and he's very dangerous. He puts people away very easily. So we have to look at how is Whittaker going to take on Adesanya this time round? Because if he lets him fight on the outside, I think Whittaker's going to end up in the same situation he was last time. Now, I don't know how he's going to close that gap. Maybe he'll try to introduce more wrestling. He is kind of the bulkier, thicker guy. Adesanya is very lean. He's that fight on the outside, very long reach, great kicks, great punches, right? So Whittaker really has to get in there, close that gap, and kind of make it an inside fight. Maybe throw in some more wrestling, maybe throw in some more grappling, right? I think if he can get it up against the cage, close that gap, maybe take it to the ground, I think he's got a higher chance of winning. I think the biggest thing is that he just doesn't let Adesanya fight on the outside. If the fight goes the same way as it was before, it's going to be the same finish without a doubt. Now, I guess the big question is what happens next. So if Adesanya wins and Robert Whittaker loses, what's really up next for Adesanya? Because he's already started to kind of been through most of the division, and there isn't overly anyone that exciting that would want to fight. So is he going to have another pop up at light heavyweight? Potentially. I don't know. It's an interesting one. Now, if Robert Whittaker wins, that opens up the gate for the rematch, because there probably will be a trilogy fight if that is the case. Because I think that's the only fight to make from a pay-per-view standpoint. Whether or not it makes sense from a fighting standpoint, who knows? But from a business standpoint, that would make the rematch for middleweight. There's other opportunities there. You could have all the recent title contenders fight back Robert Whittaker, but I don't think they'd do that. I think they would push Adesanya as another go at the title fight and make that trilogy. But we'll see what happens, I guess. I think Robert Whittaker's got the ability to beat Adesanya. I truly do. Who do I think will win on the night? I think Adesanya will probably take gold, just because he is the more dangerous fighter overall. But I think Whittaker has the more rounded skill set, right? He can strike, he can grapple, he can wrestle. I want to say it, but Adesanya is very kind of two-dimensional fighter, right? He's a kickboxer, punch kicks. That's what he's good at. I think he's proven when he fought in light middleweight against Yan that he did not have the wrestling capabilities to the same level, without a doubt. But again, totally different fighter. I can't say he doesn't have wrestling skills, because he does have wrestling skills. He has great takedown defense. He has I'm not bashing it. I'm just solely saying that people are better that think once at some things than others, and that's just the reality of it. So we'll see how it goes. I'm interested to see how this fight pans out. There's also other good fights on that card too, so make sure you tune in, get your pay-per-views, and I will see you there. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that little bell that notifies you the next time I drop a video. Really appreciate it, and I will see you on the next one.